Hi, this is Blaine Cluton for Cluton Law. The question today is, what is an example of deposition? So let's give an example of deposition. Let's talk about probably the most common type of deposition that is out there, which is family law. And let's take a scenario where one of the parties, let's just call it the wife, is seeking spousal support. And let's say that now we're at a point where discovery is complete and both parties have sent to the other side any production of documents and things that they need in order to comply with the statute and any requests for production. So now we're at the deposition stage. So what's left? We've talked about deposition before, but let's talk about what's an example of a deposition or what to expect in a deposition. So in this situation where spousal support is on the line, we're going to go into the deposition. The parties are going to be on either side. The parties are going to be sworn in by a court reporter who's going to be taking the sworn testimony, and the lawyers are going to ask questions of the parties. Now, what kind of questions are we going to ask in a spousal support case? I'm going to put a link to the video about the different types of spousal support. I talked about it. It's fairly dry material, but there's a lot of law and some fact interspersed in there about the different types of spousal support available in Oregon. But looking at an example, so we may be asking about reentry into the job market. We may be asking about whether the spouse needs additional training to reenter into the job market. We may be asking medical questions if they need financial support for medical, or what other living expenses that they have and why they are what they are. If we think that if one party thinks that they're unreasonably high, then they're going to be asking probing questions about those costs. And all of this is to get at the point of, depending on what type of spousal support the other party's seeking, we're going to ask probing questions about why they're trying to get this spousal support. And we want to understand from a factual standpoint what they intend to introduce at trial so that there's no surprise to the one side. And once you know what they're going to argue, you can better prepare the law for your side, and you can better present your factual arguments during the case. So that's really the purpose of what's going on at deposition. Is it's another discovery tool that's available to do additional fact investigation, so you can really know what the other side is trying to do, so that there's no surprises. Even though we talk about ambush in Oregon, that it can be trial by ambush, as much as possible, what we're trying to do is remove that surprise during the trial. This is Blaine Cluton for Cluton Law. If you have further questions about depositions, please talk to an attorney, especially if you have a particular case with a particular deposition coming up. Thank you.